Hello and welcome to this week's Gaming Dip, your dip into the gaming news. This week we are starting off real slow, but as the week went on we learned a little bit more about the Microsoft W. So sit back, relax, and take a dip into this week's news. After a long few weeks, Microsoft finally wins against the FTC. Phil Spencer has taken to Twitter to announce the win, saying, "We're grateful to the court to swiftly deciding in our favor. The evidence shown in the Activision Blizzard deal is good for the industry, and the FTC's claims about console switching, multi-game subscription services, and cloud don't reflect the realities of the gaming market. The FTC has not bought this win and will file an appeal. While this is a win for Microsoft in one case, there is still the FTC antitrust case against them, and there are still negotiations in the UK for the acquisition." I've been covering this case for a while now and wanted to talk about some of the juicy reveals that have come out, but I never really talked about the ramifications of this deal. I do think it's important for Microsoft to have a better hand in the gaming industry, which can help foster better competition against Sony. However, how much too much? Activision Blizzard is not a small studio, even compared to Bethesda. We really won't know the ramifications of this acquisition until much later, but right now it seems pretty good for Microsoft and gamers alike. After some Gacha gamers got mad, investigations against South Korean regulators reveal embezzlement and corruption. Due to the game Blue Archive having its ratings bumped from R18, citing graphic content, players of the Gacha game took to signing a petition. The large number of signatures caused the issue to be officially investigated against the South Korean's Game Regulations and Administration Commission. With these investigations came reveals of corruption and embezzlement from 3 of the top members of the GRAC departments. Over 700 million won, or roughly $534,000, were mishandled from taxpayers that were meant for service projects. The 3 department heads have resigned since then after the reveals to the public, and their identities have not been made known. Lee Sung-hyun, lawmaker for the South Korean Democratic Party, who signed the petition, wrote that the investigation is not the end of the corruption, but the beginning of the change. We need to lead the Game Rating Management Committee to make sweeping innovations through bone-cutting reforms. Diablo 4 has revealed its first season of content. The reason I bring this up is because Diablo 4 has been sparking a lot of interest amongst a lot of MMORPG communities, especially Destiny, as it being seen as a Destiny killer. It'll be interesting to see how Blizzard handles the live service aspect of the game. We all saw the dumpster fire that was Diablo Immortal, so it does leave a lot of players with hope. However, the positive reception of Diablo 4 might give people some more interest into seeing how Blizzard introduces us to a new seasonal content. Sonic the Hedgehog creator Yuichi Naka was fined $1.2 million with a 2-year and 6-month sentence this week. This is due to the case against Naka for his inside trading schemes in 2020. He was first arrested in November for inside trading with the knowledge of Square Enix's game Dragon Quest X. His second arrest involved buying shares to the not yet released game Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier. Yuki Naka's fall from grace is one for the history books. If you've ever thought about getting down and dirty with a 4-legged creature, then Baldur's Gate will serve you just fine. You could romance a bear in Baldur's Gate 3. To be more specific, you can romance a beast-shifting druid, but still, what a headline, right? The writers for the game, during a panel showing off the game in Belgium, told audiences about the romance systems in the game. It shocked and awed many viewers as the scene between the player and the druid played out. Here is a taste of that. The creators really wanted to showcase the lengths at which this game will go when it comes to its creativity. As the lead writer states, "Have you ever considered the joys and pleasures of sexual congress with a wild-shaped druid? Because at Larian, we have, and ultimately landed on the side of giving the players what they want. Tender, consensual romance with a man temporarily transformed into a grizzly bear. Truly, what a time to be a gamer." And that's it for this week's gaming news. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's The Gaming News Dip. If you enjoyed this week's The Gaming News Dip, then please go ahead and let me know in the comments what you want to see from the show. These next 2 weeks I'll be away from home, but don't worry, JJ will be around to fill you guys with a bunch of wonderful content in my absence with some comic news. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you next time.